Hi there. We meet again. This is Chef Phant from Thai Essence. I do classical Thai cooking. I'm a chef instructor, cookbook author, and I'm the owner. I used to run the restaurant, but the restaurant is now dead. But today I'm going to show you how to preserve the herbs that you buy. Most of the time when you buy the herb and probably used for a week, you have to throw it away because it dry out, it rotten, those kind of thing. So in the restaurant we do differently. We have to learn how to preserve them. And today I'm going to share with you how it's done. So my subject today, I have the fresh and then the basil, the Thai basil, holy basil, and the same thing in the mint. When you don't know the method, so you should be able to do the same thing with the leaf herb and the root herb. That's what today we're going to try to do. Okay? Now, hopefully it's an intuition for a lot of people. Save a lot of money because if your ingredient, fresh is good for cooking and you can learn how to preserve them. So that's the way to go. Save money, save time, no headache, good food, fresh. Okay? Here we go. We have two different kinds of ginger. See, this is the old ginger. It's a little bit harder, have more like a strain inside. Make sure you clean everything in there. It's like thick. This is when you get it from the store. You have to clean them, and whatever imperfection, you cut them out. They peel it out. It's something that they dig deeper, just go deeper in there. Okay, that's how you clean that ginger. This is young ginger. Young ginger is the best for me. I use it a lot. In California, especially in Northern California, we get them this way. It's young, it's softer, it have more mild taste, but medicinal, it's the same. Okay? And you see, like this one had a lid on like that. Before you put it to preserve, you have to take that thing out. So this is where they get it a little bit rotten in there faster. So, and everything you do, see like this one, they have a little bit of dark like that. You do it like this, or use the knife to clean it out. Make sure you got yellow. See like that. This is good enough. Okay. Like this. Or you can use the knife to scrape it. Okay, this is the way to do it. And this is garang gao. So it's the same thing. You clean out, there's something imperfection with the hole, you just dig the whole thing out. Just make sure you clean all the skin, get all the dirt out. Okay? This is the old part, that's fine, but every new part that's been cut, you have to cut them out to get it like this way. Okay? And all you have to do is bring the water in, the container. Make sure your container is clear because you're going to change the water every week, once a week. See, like when you put in there, this is, I usually, if I don't have a lot of it, I will mix them together like that. This is galanga, ginger, any root vegetable that you want to preserve, just you got to do it that way. Laying them real good, make sure it's submerged in the water. Okay? When it's submerged in the water, that's how you preserve them. I learned it from the ancient Chinese that pretty much, if you read into it, you see the Chinese that they open the cemetery of one of the queen, that they preserve them. What happened was the water, the grave is under the water for almost 1,000 or almost 2,000 years. I don't remember now, but it goes that long. And when they see it, they open it, they still have water in there. Everything is preserved. a minute they hit the air, they take it out, everything falling apart. But this is herb. We use that similarity, but we don't go to that far. We go for 2 weeks, okay? But root vegetable here, you can go for months. Sometimes I go 2 months in there for, before they turn black. They will keep the water like this, the color of water like this. And then if you don't change the water, it will get dark. So if you keep on changing water, this is going to last you a month and a half easily. So all you have to do is make sure you have the lid to cover it, seal. See that? Pop in, seal. Make sure you have a little bit for you to open it up. And like this, you put in the refrigerator, okay? And make sure you go like a little bit above from your vegetable, and it will stay, okay? 2 weeks, a month, depend on how fresh you get, but this is fresh that I get it from yesterday, okay? The next thing is we're going to talk about the basils. A lot of people have basil problem because when you buy them, they go real quick. So this is how I do them in the refrigerator, okay? I cover with the plastic that I bought, the thing when I bought them, I always take that plastic and put my thing and bring it back home, okay? And that we use them to cover. And this is another layer you have to do. Before, when I did it in the restaurant, we just put it one paper towel, wet towel to put in there, or the clear cloth to put in there. It doesn't stay. For whatever reason, the air coming in, and when they stack it on the leaf, and suddenly you see the leaf burn. This you can keep it for 2 weeks easily. And don't buy them to last. This is the one I bought it about. One bag is about, less than, a quarter of a pound. And that's what you do. You put in there, see here the water, don't put a lot of water in there, that's half of the container, pretty much, okay? That's what you do. Whenever you change the water, the same thing, any leaf vegetable, you see the root here, they start like open it up. So what you have to do, either you pinch it out, or use the scissors to cut it like that, okay? Make sure it clean cut and then stuck it back in there. Most of the time, if you have a lot, I take the whole thing out and then stack it and then clip it all one time and put it back in there after you change the water. Make sure this is the key for me. For everybody else, I try several things. It doesn't work because in the restaurant, on the fluctuation of the refrigerator to on and off and on and off, open and close, it doesn't maintain the, the cool temperature, maintain the temperature inside. So what I do, first thing I did it like this, to cover that, and don't squeeze them, don't do anything. A minute you try to re-stick them, and then they become bruised, and then easily for went away. And then I use another plastic to cover there, that 2 times. So, but everything is loose, not airtight, okay? And then like this, you stand it. Usually I put it in the drawer, the refrigerator door is above, I like it in the middle of it. So that means you got good circulation of cold and consistent. This is what you do. You want to maintain temperature as much as you could, because when you open in and out, you open the refrigerator, the temperature change. Each time you do, the temperature change. This way it helps maintain when you open, for 5-10 minutes. So this is still maintained. Keep it stable temperature, then you'll be okay. That's the basil. So now we're going to talk about the coriander. The coriander, we do the same way. This all the leaf vegetable do it the same way. Okay, you're doing that. Add another layer, take it out. This is 3 weeks of coriander. So it's still they start turning yellow, you know. But when you want, if you don't do this way, it take about a week. You finish. If you don't finish eating, see if you see the yellow thing like this, like that, you take it out. Okay, the yellow one they're going to go bad, but make sure on the bottom, you know, everything you pull it out the same way. You clip it, you know. But usually I take the whole thing and clip them. And this is, you see the stamp still, see the stamp, nice and clean, okay? So the root is still stable. That is, it is 3 weeks already. It should last about 4 weeks. So if you do it this way, don't put the towel, paper towel, try not to touch the, and squeeze the leaf. You know, something that, you know, like this, I pinch it up to make sure that they're dead. If they're dead, they take it out. So if they're not dead, just leave it in there. Just make sure the bottom is going in. So like this is not good anymore. See like that? It's not good. You bring it out. So this one, see that? This one is upside down. To make sure you arrange it real good. So we take it out. So whatever is in here, see that? This is, see the root going to be like, even though the root die like this, see that? The root die like that, but the top part still pretty green. See that? See, this because it's the root, it goes faster. Sometimes they squeeze it. Sometimes they bruise already. You still can get this is fresh. Okay. Make sure this is the key. The key of this. You got to change water every week. The same thing as the basil. And you can stuck it in. Make sure you don't have the rubber or something like that to squeeze it in like that to stay better. But did it make it did tall that about 6 inch, 7 inch, and make sure you cover it. First layer you got like this. This is a container here because this is where the lead touch and had good airflow. Okay, the more airflow, the better off because the cold air will go in there. And double layer like this, you don't got the freezer burn or refrigerator burn. It helps a little bit faster. Okay. And the last thing I will show you, this is another herb that we have so much problem with it. Okay. This is, we preserve them. This is holy basil. Okay. When you buy the holy basil, because the leaf is so thin, so it doesn't last that long. We have to preserve them. Okay. When you preserve them, what you do? You boiling the water. Okay. You put a little bit of salt in the hot water, and this is what you do. You branch them in the hot water and take it out right away. When you put it in, just a few seconds, you see color start to change. Take it out and put it. Chuck in the cold ice water, and this is what you get. Okay, at the end, this is being frozen. When after we put that, tight it like this. Okay, and line them up like that, and put it in the freezer. And this is come out from the freezer today. Okay, this is about almost 6 months that it still stay that way. Okay, make sure you put the salt in the water. You keep the color. Okay, if you don't put the salt in there, or you go beyond the color change, go a little bit too much of it, then it will not last like this. This is you brand, you pour in there, you brand, you take it out right away, and then you see the color clean, and then you just spread it out, or you can squeeze it out, get the water out, and then you saran wrap it like that. So what you do, you want to make sure the tight saran wrap, you see like what we do, really tight, it not come out. Make sure no air in there. Squeeze water out, no air. So when you're going to use it, see that you pull it out, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got a lot of saran wrap in there. And then you go this way, that way. See that? It's still green. every one of them. When you do, this is the way you do them, okay? Because otherwise, when you bought them, they finish real quick. So this way, you still have aroma. You know, when you fry them, you still have aroma, have flavor, have everything. Brunch it with salt, okay? Hot water, boiling salt, throw in there, take it out. And then you let it cool down and you squeeze them. You see there's no water in there. You squeeze them real good and then you type it, okay? And that you're going to do with stir fry, you know, like with the holy basil, that pat kapow. This is a kapow. This is what it is. In the restaurant, usually we use it because when the winter come, that's what we use. When the summer, you know, we can get it fresh. So we get it fresh. This is how you preserve them. Okay? Lemongrass. This is the container of my lemongrass. You see that? That's the lemongrass. So this will last 2 weeks. It depends. You got to change the water. The same thing sometimes if I get it fresh and I preserve it, it will last me 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Still same condition. If you leave it outside, that you can have the air on it and it will dry out. See like that? It will still. This is what you do. You cut them like this, okay, to where your container. You see they turn to float, okay. You want to make sure that it's going down. This is what I use the container that from, you know, something that I can put in there, press it to where it under the water, okay. I can do it this way too, you know, make sure they are under the water and no bubble in there. So make sure, and then we close the lid. Make sure the lid is completely closed, you know, sealed. Okay, there's some leak like that, still okay. Make sure the water doesn't come out that much. Okay, that's what you want it to do. Squeeze the air out. Okay, that you will probably be 3 weeks, 4 weeks easily. But they're not dry out, so they will stay there. And because it's in water itself, you don't add anything in there, you don't dilute it, it stay there. Okay. You have to preserve the chili. You have red chili or the green chili. You have like any type of chili. What you have to do is to take the stem out, you know, and you see like that one, stamp, okay, and then what you do when you have all the stem out, you wash real good. You wash it first, and then take the stem out, and then dry them, air dry, completely dry like this. So you see it's all dry, and then the kaffir lamb. The kaffir lamb, it's going to be like, you know, you have to pick them up and dry them, wash them real good and dry them so quick. I mean, dry with the air dry the same way. And then sometimes you have to wipe it out first before you air dry if you want to go faster. So then we're going to pack into the plastic. So this is what it's going to look like. So there it is. So you have the chili in there, you put the red chili and you have a separation of the paper and then the green chili, and this is the kaffir lamb, and you have to wrap them individual, and then you cover the lid and call it a day. That how do you preserve them and make sure you have the lid over it. So this way, the chili should last you about good months, and then kaffir lamb pretty much 3 weeks. Sometimes go further, and it depends on the condition of your refrigerator. Okay. The last thing is you have a lot of. This is what I preserve when I fry my chili. So what I do with my chili is, this is another thing. Saran wrap, put it in there. Paper towel, put it in there. You see, this thing still smell good. and still keep consistent the texture of it, and it doesn't get more or dry out because it's already cooked with oil. So I will show you how to preserve the oil, okay, in the next video, not this video. This is what you make sure you want the paper towel in there to absorb the moisture, but they don't have the moisture anymore, but it's still. You put in there, cover the whole thing like that, saran wrap over it, make sure don't break the saran wrap, and make sure you let whatever the air in there, a little bit there, it's fine. And then you seal it, you cover with it. So this way, you got your thing nicely done. So this is what I do. Okay, this is about 2 months easily. That sometimes it can go for 6 months if I do a lot of it, but usually I finish it within a month and a half. I use it a lot. I use it for stir fry. I use it for soup. This kind of thing for my decoration. But when you fry, there's a lot of people doing this. They do in Chile. This one, but they fry, they with no oil, no nothing. You need the oil to go in there because the oil is going to go in and help accelerating the heat coming out more. If you fry with the oil, the more spicier you get, okay? And the color, and you preserve it real good. Because if you without the oil in there, it would not last that long because it could get the mold if you do that. But like this, you never get mold. So far, I haven't get the mold at all. This is how I do that. Thank you for watching, and I see you on the next video. This is Chef Phant. Talk to you later. Bye. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this content, this kind of video, please subscribe and hit the bell button. Thank you. You can reach us at thaiessence.com or Facebook at Khun Phant or at YouTube Classical Thai Cooking by Chef Phant. See you in the next video. Have fun with Thai cooking. Until then, ขอบคุณครับ